Hello, it's raining outside today. Good day for working on a sermon. On Sunday, we're going to talk a little bit about touching bottom. I had somebody ask me just this week, when do you think we'll ever get to the end of this thing? When do we touch bottom on what has been the worst pandemic any of us can remember? And I don't know, and you don't know, but it's a great question. There is a bottom to most things. As a pastor, I've lived my life trying to help people when worst things imaginable happen, or when they hit really hard things that feel like everything has caved in, and try to find their way back up from the bottom, the lowest point they can imagine, all the way back up to the light again. So the scriptures are clear. We're going to look at Matthew this week. It's chapter 16, verses 21 through 27. And it's our old friend Peter who's arguing a little bit with Jesus that he would rather not suffer. He'd rather just take this thing over and lead it in a way that they would not have to touch bottom at all. And Jesus lovingly scolds him that you're going to need to do things my way. And yes, there will be suffering. There will be sacrifice for those of you who want to follow. So Sunday, we're going to look at what's the point of that. What can we glean from touching bottom? Where is God when we hit bottom? Are there lessons that he wants to teach us from the bottom? And of course there are. The great testimony of people in the church that's very consistent for most of us that have been around the church for any length of time. When people go through very hard things, many times, not always, but many times, they will tell you later, and sometimes it's much later, that they learned more about God and themselves in that experience than at any other time in their life. So what was meant for bad, as the Old Testament teaches, turned to good, that there were some lessons to be gleaned from it. I will not suggest to you Sunday you need to go out and look for trouble so you can learn more about God. You need to look for suffering and sorrow. No, that's going to find us. It always does. The sermon Sunday will be more of a help as to what do we do when we find ourselves there. So I hope you'll come if able. It's a little scary to get out right now, so we understand that as well. Stay at home if that's safer. Watch the video, pass it to others. Read the scripture this week. I think it would be helpful for you to go into Matthew 16 and prepare. And as a preacher, I always appreciate it when people just pray for that service. I hope something good can come out of this service through the music, through our prayers, through our time at the table, and certainly through what the pastor's offering us. So in this crazy time, stay safe. We are sinking, we feel like, so how do we find bottom? And what do we find there? And how do we make our way forward again when bad things happen? You take care, and I hope to see you soon.